Watch up on my wrist, but it's my time now. I had dreams of getting that foreign shit in mine now. I was deep inside that hole, I had to climb out. Remember when I couldn't log in, I made them sign out. It's my time now. Yo, welcome to Real Life Raw Talks. Sip and Paint edition. I got the first guest ever doing this. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hey y'all, I'm Taiya Janae. If you don't know, I am a hairstylist. I've been doing hair for years. Aside from being a hairstylist, I identify as a child of God, point blank period. And yeah, I think that's it.
Hey, that was a great introduction.
Thank you.
I start every episode with a shot, but you know.
Okay.
We're gonna go wine. We whining today. Oof.
Okay.
Oof.
We just gonna let that slide.
Yeah, that ain't the one.
You took that gum. You took that gum out.
Yeah. So who is Taiya?
Oh, that is a great question. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all, that is a great question. I'm just a girl, if I'm being honest. I'm a girl who grew up around my family in the country. I am a girl who grew up in church. That's why I say I identify as a child of God. My mom made sure we went to church faithfully, like Dana every Sunday. And aside from that, I just do hair, y'all. I've been doing hair for so long, like I couldn't imagine, doing anything else. And aside from just servicing people, like I'm a counselor, I'm a therapist or whatever, because girls really trust me with their lives, you know what I'm saying? I just do my best to be there for them and not just offer them a service, but let them know that I'm someone who can help you, because life is crazy, y'all.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And when you talking to someone and I give them the space to, be vulnerable, I'm allowed to give them an unbiased opinion.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you go get advice from your parents or your homeboys, anything like that, and they already know the situation for it, they're going to give you a biased opinion.
Yeah. Ain't nothing like an unbiased opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the best now.
Yeah. But I'm just a girl who's been trying to find herself in this crazy world that we live in, and yeah, that's it. I don't really think I can describe myself in a different way.
Y'all talk about everything with no hair appointment, ain't it?
Yeah, let me tell you something about girls that get their hair done. Once they let down that wall of being shy, hey, it's a wrap. We're going to talk about everything under the sun. Because mind you, I'm doing their hair for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So
how long it take them?
What? To like let that...
how long? A new client.
Okay, I think it depends on the time of the day. Because like if I have a morning client, say I got a girl come at 9:30, right?
Yeah.
She probably not going to let loose until like maybe like 11. Because it's still early in the morning for some of us. Maybe like 11.
So the time of the day.
Yeah, so time of the day. If she coming at 3... Oh, he ain't gonna take no.
But everybody gonna break loose, no matter where she come from. They gonna break loose.
Well, it depends, cause I do have some clients who just won't talk to me at all.
What they do? Listen.
Nothing. Like they just watch TV. They don't want to say anything. Cause you got some people who just want a silent appointment. That's kind of like therapy for them. You know what I'm saying? They've been working all week and
8 hours though.
Yeah, they won't say anything.
You moving so fast. How you paint so fast?
Cause I do this, bro. You over there so slow. Catch up, bro. What are you doing?
Oh man, what got you into doing hair?
That's a good question. If I'm being honest, I never even wanted to do hair. I just knew how to do it when I was younger. Playing with mannequin heads and dolls and stuff like that. And so, COVID came. So that was in what 2020?
2020.
Yeah, 2020. And we got out of school, and I ended up practicing on my friend Miracle. I had did some braids on her. She was the first person hair I did, and it came out all right. I'm looking back at it. It came out okay.
But she wasn't like that. She loved it, right?
Yeah, she did. She did love it. She did. And so I just started to post it, on Facebook, even though we still had COVID. So people would come to my mom's house, mask up, and we got disinfectant spray. It was just something to do to make some money.
Yeah.
And so, as time progressed, people just kept asking. So that's when I did a booking site, and people was booking, whoop, whoop, whoop. But I knew after high school, I wanted to still go to college and do something else. I was just doing that to make some money through school. But God just kept deferring everything else. Like, nothing else could have been done because he just wanted me to stay doing hair.
Can't start God playing.
You can't. You'll try to do your own, but he'll let you know, like, no, this is not for you. This is not what you're supposed to be doing or whatever. And so my senior year, that was the end of 2020. I didn't go to school my senior year because I did dual enrollment. So before basketball practice, I went to GMC and I did hair. And I did that faithfully for what? How long you in school? 8, 9 months, 10? However long you in school.
But you said hair was never a main goal.
No, not at all.
So what was one of your main goals other than hair?
I wanted to go to school to be a nurse. I dreamt about that since I was in the 6th grade. But yeah, once I got to nursing school, it wasn't no joke. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. That stuff is not easy, okay?
So you tilt your hat to them women.
Yeah, I do. If you are in the medical field, baby, you God bless you. Because people gonna forever need, that type of care, but it just didn't work out for me. I wasn't passionate about it. I think that becomes part of the problem. When you're not passionate about something, you're not gonna want to do it for a long time.
So what are you passionate about? You passionate about hair?
I love doing hair.
But was you always passionate, or did it just come naturally?
I'm not gonna lie. When I first started doing hair, it was only for money. Yeah. I got paid every day because I did somebody's hair almost every day. And then it got to a point where I just started to love the outcome, like women feeling better about themselves and, getting more clients. And, of course, I still love that it pays. Don't get me wrong. But I don't do hair now for the money. I do hair now because it's a form of art, and I just love to do it. Yes, I get tired at times, but that's with any job, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get tired from any job. But, no, I'm real passionate about it now.
Definitely. What college you went to?
Ooh, okay, let's break this down. I got an associate's degree from GMC, Georgia Military College, and I went off to Georgia College in Milledgeville, and I did not stay very long, so that's gone. And then I tried again and went to Georgia State, and I only stayed for a semester.
Why?
You said why?
Yeah.
Both times I went to college, I went for the wrong reason. Like I said, I just wanted to live my life my way, and I asked God what direction I should take or whatever. And every time I went to school, I failed. My mind wasn't in the right place. I was distracted by the people I was surrounded with and the things that I was doing. And it was just like, okay, look, you're not in a place to be in school. And it failed every time. So I realized, okay, maybe, girl, you don't need to go to school. Maybe you should just keep doing what you was doing, which was hair. I didn't have to leave and go anywhere. I just chose to do that. And I knew then that I have this sense of where, you get a new idea and you think you just got to follow that idea.
Yeah.
And that's not what you should. If you're not prepared to act on that idea, you shouldn't do it. And I had to learn that the hard way. Sometimes you just need to sit back and keep doing what you're doing.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
If you fail to plan, that is true.
Yeah. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That is so true. I've never thought about it like that. Dang, look at you being all wise and stuff. That is true, and you can't just it's okay to be spontaneous, but you gotta have some type of foundation behind it. You know what I'm saying? Or even some type of, like you said, plan if something does go wrong. And I did not have that at all. I did not have any backup plans, any plan Bs or nothing. I just used to get up and do stuff because I could.
Yeah. I have a spontaneous idea, but I'm gonna have a spontaneous plan with it.
And see, I didn't never have that. That wasn't something that I was into. I just thought, well, okay, well maybe since this idea crossed my mind, I should act on it. And no, that's not how that works. I'm telling you, God will show you.
Yeah,
I tell people all the time, I'm glad I did experience it because sometimes God will give you what you want to show you that it's not what you need.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
He like, you know what? I'm gonna just let you have it, bro. I'm gonna let you have it and show you, like, look, you can't handle this. This is not what you're supposed to be doing.
And like your grandma tell you, don't touch that stove, you're gonna get burnt.
Exactly. And guess what? You still touch the stove.
Yeah, gonna touch that stove.
Like, she wasn't playing, bro. She wasn't saying it just to say it, you know? And
That's the best teacher.
man,
Failure.
yes, it taught me so much. And people don't even know, living in Atlanta was terrible for me. I hated it. I'm not gonna lie.
Why? Tell us about that.
Okay.
Traffic.
No, not even the traffic, bro, because you just need to pick what time of the day you want to go out in Atlanta, you'll be straight. But
Yeah.
I was not in the best place as a person living up there. You know what I'm saying? No matter money or connection or whatever, if your mind is not all right in any location, you're not gonna be okay. That's probably the most depressed I have ever been as an adult. I'm not gonna lie.
How did you get out of that depression?
I came home almost every weekend. I'm not gonna lie. I saw my mama them almost every Friday and Saturday because I didn't have class, but only on so on Fridays I had it at 8 a.m. or something like that, so I could come home, you know, early in the day, and I stayed until it was time for me to go back to class. I think Tuesday morning or whatever, and it was just times I was just praying like, God, please get me out of this. Please get me out of this. Because I just couldn't do it anymore until I told my mom then what was going on. Like, look, y'all, I'm not happy up here. I know I need to stay up here and finish, but I just could not do it. I could not stand up there on my own strength, you know? And I'm not one of those people that try to put on a facade and do all that. I'm going to keep it real with myself and be like, look, girl, if you can't handle this, you take your butt back home. And that's exactly what I did.
Straight like that.
Yeah, my mama always said that, like, if you ever wanted to leave, you could come back home, and that's what I did. She didn't fuss, she didn't, you know, berate me like a child. She just told me, look, okay, I got you. You can come back home. We'll figure it out. And guess what? I packed up all my stuff by myself and left. Yep.
So what? How your mental state now?
Oh my God, I'm great.
Great.
I'm great. It's nothing but God, I promise you. I've been seeking him a lot lately. You know, I read his word, I listen to gospel music every morning. Like, that's how I wake up, you know what I'm saying? And I just talk to God about my problems. Sometimes I write it down, but this is probably the best I've been mentally in a long time. I just wake up peaceful and just thankful. You know, you have your days, but I'm fine. How is your mental right now?
My mental great.
That's good.
My mental great. I be moving around a lot, but you know.
How do you maintain that? Like, are you not like easily, like, is your peace easily disturbed or no?
That's a good question now.
It is. I know.
It is. But I know how to tone so much stuff out.
Yeah.
Like I don't take nothing personal.
Right.
And if you ain't talking about nothing, it'll go in one ear and out the other.
Okay. Gotcha. That's real. I think that's the problem with some people. They allow certain people just to get to them. And I used to be like that. Oh my God, you could say anything to me, and I just blow up for real.
What is you blowing up?
Like catching an attitude or just going off. And sometimes all of that is not really necessary because it's not gonna solve anything. You going off on somebody. It's really not. I be trying to change my ways, but now I just if I do feel a way, I won't show it as much. You know what I'm saying? But
You think people do that because they have other problems within themselves?
Yes, a lot of times people can take out their own insecurities onto other people, and you're not even the problem. You know what I'm saying? And so they really do have to look back and say, okay, what's really going on? Did she really make me mad, or are you just lashing out at people? So yeah, I think they do that.
Just lashing out at people.
Yeah, they do. You ain't even got no problem with me.
I think so too. He mad at his girlfriend. He going crazy on you.
Like, what's your problem, baby? Like, is you cool or what? No, they need to figure that out within themselves though. Because if you get your mind together, just imagine if everybody got their mind together, right? And we go out into this crazy world, it wouldn't be as crazy. It's a lot of people out here, they just really be losing their mind.
They definitely do that now.
Like, Get it together, baby. Please get it together.
Yeah, they do that. So where you living at now?
I live in Augusta.
How's that?
It's cool. It's a mixture between city and country, and I grew up in the country, so I like it. I love it. People crazy out there in Augusta, but I be at work all the time, so I don't really be seeing people like that. But it's probably the best place for me to live right now.
Man, people crazy everywhere.
That is true.
They crazy everywhere.
That is true. You're right about that. But I think it's levels of crazy, though.
Definitely.
Like, Augusta crazy ain't like West Coast crazy or Chicago crazy or, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what crazy Augusta is?
I don't know. Look, people live in Augusta. I ain't finna talk about these folks cities and stuff.
How long you been on now?
I've been in Augusta. Let me think. This is what, 2024?
Yeah.
About 2 years, I think. I think that's about right. 2 years.
2 years?
2 years. Yes.
You got your mental clear.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, when I first went up there, it was in a real bad place. It was terrible.
What got you to move up there? Why you did all that?
Because it's funny. Okay, all jokes aside, though, I moved because me and my friend of many, many years, we weren't friends anymore. And I had to remove myself from here. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go back home with my mama. And that's what I did. God bless that friendship. But, hey.
Oh, y'all stop being friends?
I just think we were both in a place that didn't align with each other. And at the time, we didn't know that. But now, since so much time has passed, we figured out what the problem was. But I just think we both had some stuff to work on individually. And it just didn't mix collectively, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're not right as a person, you mixing your life with somebody else, it's gonna backfire every time.
Every time.
So I really just had to get myself together because I was in that friendship, like I said, for a long time. And I'm the type of person who has a really big heart. And sometimes you'll put other people's needs and wants over your own. And you'll lose yourself in that person, you know what I'm saying? And it got to that point where I pretty much just had gave up on myself for that friend. And when I left, I was heartbroken because I'm just like, shoot, I love my friend.
The favor wasn't returned, though. You was giving up everything for her. Was she doing the same?
It wasn't a she.
Oh, excuse me.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. It wasn't all bad now. Like, that person, they did what they were supposed to at certain points, but I did feel like I was giving more than what I was getting. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't get anything at all, because I did. But it's just, some people you're just not meant to be friends with after a certain amount of time, you know? You can't just be friends with somebody and you just trying to go off the history. That's not a good reason just to keep a friendship.
Yeah, definitely.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So,
some people just be attached. They don't even be friends for real. They just attached.
Yeah, that's true. And I think too, whether it's with friendships, relationship, or whatever, you literally have to be equally yoked with somebody. Like, most of your beliefs and stuff should align. How you think should align. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be opposites as far as personality, but when it comes to like principles and morals and stuff like that, all of that should kind of match up.
Yeah. Well, you said it wasn't a girl, it was a dude.
It was a guy.
So you talking about a friendship or a relationship?
It was a relationship.
So why you said friendship?
Because that was the appropriate word.
No, it was a relationship.
It was a relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a relationship. And it just didn't work out, and that's okay.
So you just had to, it pushed you to start over.
It did.
Get away.
I'm not gonna lie, cause I don't think I would have left on my own. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something had to happen for me to just be like, okay, Taiya, you got to get up. And sometimes God allows that, allows certain unfortunate events to happen to make you move and be like, okay, look, you've been in the wrong place for this amount of time. You got to do something different. And that's what I did. I didn't want to, of course, but.
Do you think if you would have started doing hair in Augusta instead of your hometown, you think it would have took off how it took off?
That is a great question. I say no. When I first started doing hair, when you first start a business, you got to build up clientele and stuff. And people a lot of people knew me in my hometown, so it was kind of easy, just to have people, because word of mouth, and then I knew certain people and stuff like that. But when I got to Augusta, it wasn't hard though.
Because they had them. You kind of got out there now.
Yeah,
you out there now. Ain't no kind in it.
Thank you. It was not hard. I tell people all the time, when I got to Augusta, I did not have like one bad week when I moved. I moved up there, I think it was like February the 4th or the 5th of 2 years ago. It was on a Monday. I started working in a salon that same week on a Thursday.
How many people was in it?
It was 4 of us working in there. And I still work in that same salon today.
Do y'all ever like steal clients?
Steal?
Pass, steal.
Okay, say pass, not
yeah.
steal though. If it's certain styles that they'll specialize in more than me or vice versa, then yeah, we'll pass them off.
I done been in barbershops and the dude will be like, the dude come out here not there. Like, you going to get in this chair real fast? So they're trying to steal.
That's kind of stealing.
That's
If the other person don't know, that's kind of stealing. All of my coworkers knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of stealing. We don't steal clients in our shop. we don't really do that.
If you could go back and talk to 16-year-old Taiya, what 3 things you'll tell her?
Trust God always. You said 3?
3.
Trust God always. Love yourself first. And failure is not always a bad thing. A lot of times we thinking we failed, that we're just done, and whatever we're trying to do is over. But I think failure, it pushes us on. You know what I'm saying? It allows us to go back and analyze what we did wrong and try again, perfect what we're trying to do. And it's not always a bad thing. It couldn't have been your time, or you shouldn't be doing that specific thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah.
I think they need to get rid of that word failure and just use the word lesson.
Lesson. Okay. Yeah. That is. Yeah.
What's the difference?
That's valid.
What's the difference?
But you gotta see how people look at failure differently though. Some people look at failure and just give up though.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And they won't take it as a lesson. They'll just think, oh, I shouldn't be doing this thing, so I'm gonna stop trying it. But
that way didn't work. I'm gonna try this way up.
But if you look at everybody that's successful, all of them done failed plenty of times. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like you're gonna fail. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are going to fail.
You got to.
Like, why wouldn't you though? You can't do everything right the first time you do it. You can't drive correctly the first time you do it, or you can't start a business right the first time you do it, because there's gonna be so much stuff you can learn, you can do differently, or people you can ask. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to be willing to learn.
Right, that is true.
You got to be willing. Some people think they know everything.
And see, that's the problem. You wisdom comes with time and age. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not want to seek that from the older people around you or whatever?
And you can learn from younger people.
That is true, because people
learn from everybody.
People do go through different things in their life at different times. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, she ain't finna tell me this or tell me that or whoop, baby, what? That don't even make no sense.
And be like, shit, I got more clients than her. She can't tell me nothing.
And that doesn't even matter though, because in the beauty industry, it's not about having the most clients. It's about having the most consistent clients. You get what I'm saying? Because say, for instance, you get your hair cut, right? Yeah. And your barber just say he got 100 clients, right? But only 10 of them dudes come back faithfully. And his coworker got 50 clients, and all 50 come back faithfully. So that means the second one got to be doing something better than the first one, because you only getting 10 that's returning out of 100. Think about the percentage of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the number. You know, it's not about that.
That consistent for a lifetime.
Yeah. So I'd rather have the 50 out of 50 versus the 10 out of 100.
How many consistent you think you got?
Whoa. Okay. You can't ask no question like that, because I service a lot of people.
Yeah. Say a range.
Okay. This year alone, bro, hold on. I'll probably service over 200 people.
This year. We in November,
Right.
December.
Okay,
Start
so if I just had to throw a number,
I did that 105.
does the ones from my hometown count?
Yeah.
Okay.
Consistent. You know,
Okay.
you just broke down consistency.
Yeah, they do drive to me. I would probably say I got a lot of loyals though. Maybe I'm not gonna say a number. I'm just saying a percentage. Out of the people here I do, I probably got a consistency rate of like over 50%. Most of my clients do come back more than 3-4 times. And then I have clients from my hometown who've been coming to me for years. So I think it's pretty consistent, you know.
Yeah.
I've lost a few when I moved, but I picked up the slack in the city that I'm in.
You ever messed up somebody's head?
Messed up?
Like, no, this is not it.
Like it's ugly?
Yeah, to you.
Well, ugly to me might not be ugly to them.
I'm asking you. Both ways. I'm gonna ask you this way and I'm gonna ask them that way too.
Okay, ugly to me, I'm not gonna say it was ugly. I probably would just think it could look better. Like I could have did something differently. But ugly to them, I probably say the most I've did ugly to them was like starting out. Now since I've been polished and established, I don't really think I've messed up.
But have you ever had someone dislike it?
Yes. Yes, they'll text my phone and be like, "Hey girl, I don't really like it. Woo da woo da woo." I haven't had a lot now. Don't get me wrong. I haven't had a lot of those. Yeah. And I just send them some of their money back.
That's real.
I'm not gonna keep all their money and they wasn't satisfied.
That's real right now.
So yeah, and I beat myself up about it though. I'm not gonna lie. Still like, oh.
You sent some of it back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
valid.
If she sent me like, say for instance, she sent me like $200.
50.
And she don't like it. Yeah, I'll probably send about 50 back.
Yeah.
Because I still provided the service. We still took up time out today.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those stylists that just say, "Oh, well, you paying for it and you gonna have to." No. I said,
somebody ever complained and came back? Oh, you two-tone in the background.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it like that too then.
Complained and came back? Ooh, let me think. Yes, when I was in Sandersville, yes. A lot of the times they did that.
So how is that like when they come back? Do you like the second time you extra careful this time?
I won't talk as much during the appointment.
Cause it really some beef, low key.
Low key, yeah. But you're still gonna pay me at the end of the day, so I'm gonna just vibe with it. But yes, they complained they came back because I do a good job, but it only be like small complaints like, could you maybe do this differently or that or woo. And I don't really mind changing up stuff for them. I ain't really just had no hard time with a client.
Yeah.
They don't really give me hard times.
What color should I hit that background?
Black.
I was gonna go blue right there and black. Yeah.
You should do that. Yeah, I like the green and orange.
Yeah, that green and orange.
Yeah, I told you that would look good. I did say that. And don't say I didn't, because I did.
What you said earlier, you said something about basketball practice.
Basketball practice?
Yeah. You were telling a story. You was like, you had to do something with practice. And I was going to ask you about basketball.
Oh, school.
Yeah, school basketball.
Okay. So, in high school, we had dual enrollment where you could take college classes in high school. So I started that in 10th grade. Yeah. So by the time I got to 12th grade, I had all my high school credits. So I didn't have to go to high school. But, because I thought I still had to go because I played a sport. But they were just like, no, as long as you still enrolled at your college, you're fine. So I could still play the sport.
So you weren't going to school 12th grade year?
No. I went for like the first month. And then I told my principal I didn't want to go anymore. And he told me I didn't have to. So then I left. So, basketball practice starts at 3:30 to 5:30. So I probably would do hair. On the days I didn't have class, I would do hair from about 9:30 to 3. Leave the shop, go to practice, have practice from 3:30 to 5:30. Leave practice and go back to the shop from 5:45 until the rest of the night. And then if I had class, I would go to class from about 11:40 to about 2 something. I take a break, go to practice, and then get out of practice and then go do hair. Or the days I had class in the afternoon, I would do hair, go to practice, get out of practice, and then go to class.
Man.
And I did. And now that I say it out loud, it sounds like a lot, but
Yeah.
it wasn't really that bad though.
Nah, the way you just confused me. You just
How though?
so much stuff. It confused me.
It wasn't that bad because I mean, it's just like you going to school all day and getting out to go and practice.
No.
How was it not?
You just going to listen. How simple this gonna sound?
Okay.
I'm in school all day. I got practice. I go home.
Okay, it's just how you put it though. It's just how you put it. But
You had to go here, then here.
But see, luckily, they was all right down the road from each other.
Okay, that make everything.
You get
better.
what I'm saying?
That do make
the school
everything
was
better.
probably 4 minutes from the shop, and then GMC was right behind the high school.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to drive far, so that wasn't the thing. But I was making money, I was playing in basketball games, and I'm getting a college degree.
Was you like that in basketball?
Was I like that?
Like that.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I be telling my friends. I was a basketball player. I wasn't a hooper. You was a hooper. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. You know something.
Yeah,
It's definitely a different.
Yes, yes.
It's definitely a different.
You was a hooper. I played basketball. That's what I did. I did what was necessary to help my teammates. But if you talking about the girls that's dropping 20 a game, don't call me. I wouldn't know. I was not dropping 20 a game.
At least you kept it real.
I'm gonna be honest.
Most dudes won't come in and say that.
And they need to stop.
Yeah, they need to stop. Hey, they need to stop that.
They need to stop because you really wasn't like that in school, bro. But we ain't gonna talk about it. But see, you though, you was hard in school. Y'all team was solid for real.
We was solid.
Y'all was solid. You graduated in what, 17? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were definitely solid.
Yes.
Definitely.
Then y'all went
Elite 8.
The Elite 8. Yeah, y'all.
South Atlanta.
We had to wear all white to that
All
game.
white.
Yes, I remember that.
Long little CP.
Long live CP forever, y'all. But
Facts.
that was crazy. It was so many people at that game.
Yeah, that game that was crazy now.
My senior, we advanced one every year I was in high school.
Come on, now Suge ain't going for that. He gonna get somewhere every year.
Hey, it was cause my freshman year, that was when Kayana and Nigeria them was in school. That was class of 18, and we went to Sweet 16. We lost to Fitzgerald. My sophomore year, we went to no. We went to Sweet 16 my sophomore year. We lost to, I can't think who we lost to. And then my 11th grade year, we went to Elite 8. We lost to Douglas. And then my senior year, we went to the Final Four, and we lost to T.W. Josie. Yes, and that was at home.
You got a good memory.
I do, don't I?
I do too.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, who did we lose to in the 11th grade? But we wasn't really that upset because we had the same team for 2 years because it was 1 year we didn't have any seniors. So we was smooth, but yeah. Shug Parker, he the truth. When it comes to basketball,
Definitely that.
he's the truth. One of the best coaches I've ever had. Shout out to Coach Parker, y'all. For sure.
All right, we're gonna shift lanes.
Yes, sir.
So, how you love? Like, you single?
Oh, yes, I'm single, unfortunately.
What's the ooh?
Cause like I've been single for a long time.
And that's due to
I say it's due to both failed relationships and I just had to go into like an isolation season.
whoa, you said that relationship failed 2 years ago. You been isolating for 2 years?
No, okay, follow me. I had one relationship and then I had another one. So it wasn't like I just had a break the whole time.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah. So it was 2 failed relationships.
So now you very hesitant.
Yeah, no, I can't go for nothing crazy.
What's qualities a man gotta have to get with you?
Oh, you gotta love the Lord. That's number one. If you love the Lord, you'll know how to love the person you're supposed to be with. You gotta be a God-fearing man. You gotta have a sense of humor. I love to laugh. Like, tripping out, we could trip out all day. That's something, that I love. You gotta be like surrounded by family, because I grew up with a big family. And I love that. Like, it's nothing like quality family time. And then, all the other stuff, the regular stuff.
Oh, no, I don't know. What is the regular stuff?
somebody that got that's got their own, you know what I'm saying, don't really gotta ask me for too much. Cause some people they will do that. You know what I'm saying? Expect you to be their mama and I'm supposed to be your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think what else. It's really a long list. I don't be trying to be picky, but you just gotta break this stuff down because people be playing. I don't got time for that.
It could be a long list, and when you look at it, it's a long list of simple things.
That is true. I just want somebody who got their head on their shoulders, who can hold their own and love the Lord with all their heart. Simple as that, really.
Basically, just summed everything up.
Yeah, I just want everything good. That's what I want.
Y'all heard that.
That's what I want. Don't mean I'm gonna get it.
You need to come see me on a Monday. I got somebody for you.
See, here you go. Don't start that now. don't start that. No, we ain't working that one.
Okay.
I'm not in a position to date anybody.
I know that, right? Why you think you're not?
I'm not ready to be attached to nobody else. Like the way my life is going, I can't share that with nobody.
Yeah, I think sometimes a relationship slow me down. It'll knock me off track.
Are you single?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh man.
Yeah, see you out here thinking you finna ask me all the questions. We ain't going for that.
Yeah, it's a long list, like you said. It's a long list.
So the reason you single is your fault?
No.
Oh, it ain't your fault.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is, definitely.
Why you doing certain stuff like that? Like
because I be so locked, or right now, currently, I be so locked in with what I got going on. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I feel like
you're neglecting her?
No. I feel like that'll distract me.
Got you.
It'll knock me off my path that I'm on.
I got you.
Yeah.
Are you looking for somebody?
I'm always looking.
Nah, for real.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
No, I'm open, but I'm not looking.
Gotcha.
That's what I meant to say.
So if it came across, you wouldn't knock it off.
Come on now.
See, that's the difference between me and you. I'm gonna knock it off. I ain't even open.
It gotta be. I'm saying, you say you believe in God. I mean, you're a God-fearing woman.
I am.
I feel like God put everybody in your life for a reason.
That's true. That is true. But I'm saying I won't even let people come in. You feel what I'm saying? Like people will try. Don't get me wrong. People will try, and I just cut it off.
So that one person that you gonna let in,
huh?
What you think gonna let that one person in? You gonna let somebody in?
I have no idea. I got trust issues out this world. You hear me? So I don't know. Everything terrifies me.
Especially at the very beginning when everybody got that mask on.
Yeah, that terrifies me. And then when it gets to you're being with somebody longer now and you're around them more, true colors start to come out, and I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, it take a couple months for them true colors to come out.
Exactly, and I don't.
Now you in deep already.
No. So to be honest, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know. I don't know. How could you let your guard down? What you think?
I ain't got my guard not up though. I ain't got no guard. I ain't looking like, oh yeah, she trying to get me.
It don't be like that off real, but when you've dealt with people like that just do certain stuff, you won't go for nothing crazy. I'm telling you won't.
But I know what it'll be for me though.
What?
I don't care what come out your mouth. You got to show me everything.
Yeah.
You got to show me.
Yeah. That's real. But I used to say I hated being single because I love being in a relationship. Like, I love love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody do. Don't let them fool you.
But it's a lot of hard work. And you got some dudes now, let's keep it a buck, who be jealous of their girlfriend. They be jealous of their girlfriend.
I don't hang around no dudes like that, so I don't know.
It's guys out here, Terrio, who literally will be jealous of their girlfriends. And you can't do that. That's not a real man for you to be jealous because your girlfriend got some motion. Why are you mad?
You should be happy.
Exactly.
You should be telling them come book.
And then it's a lot because men don't want pretty girlfriends. I don't know what it is, but guys don't like having pretty girlfriends. Like, you can't.
Nah, I think everybody want a pretty girlfriend.
Do they? Okay, they want a pretty girlfriend, but they don't want what comes with having a pretty girlfriend.
Oh, what comes with it?
You know, men gonna be looking at your woman and they getting mad, but you can't help that as a pretty girl.
Yeah, you can't get mad at what the dude do. You can only get mad at the person that owe you loyalty.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you can't get mad at me because people try to talk to me. That ain't my fault. You feel what I'm saying? You should just trust me enough to know that I'm not finna play in your face and respond to these dudes. You feel me?
Yeah, because if it ain't trust, it ain't nothing.
And if ain't nobody looking at your girlfriend, you got the wrong girlfriend.
Free game right now.
That's for real though. Like,
That's free game.
that's how y'all men think though. Y'all be wanting people to look for real, and then until it come, y'all getting mad. Crazy.
I ain't never got mad at them like that.
For real.
No.
That don't bother you?
No. I'm a man. I know what these niggas do. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. I know what they do.
Yeah, when it comes to a woman, they lose their mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Nah, they lose their mind for real.
yeah, they can't control that now.
So let me ask you a question.
What's up? Talk to me.
Are you a religious person?
Yeah, I'm religious.
What's your religion like? What are you a Christian?
I ain't no Christian. I believe in God, and I got a relationship with God.
Okay, so you don't really identify
I don't
with one.
identify as one.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Relationship over religion. That's true. That's true. How is your relationship with God? It's good.
He coming through.
He coming through?
Yeah, he hearing me.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I try to tell people to try to find a relationship with God. It's a beautiful thing.
But you know what it took to for my relationship with God to build
What?
was grief.
Grief.
Yeah.
And how long ago has that been? When that started?
I say last year,
Last year.
about last October.
Yeah. I mean, it can start from like a sad place, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, God is still God, you know what I'm saying? And that pulled you closer to him,
That was a lesson.
right? We can't live without him. We can't. And I know I might talk about him a lot, but I don't be ashamed to do that. No matter who's in the room, I'm going to talk about God regardless. Just because he's been such a big, a big thing in my life, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do half of the stuff I do without God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I push people to build their relationship, and I try to spread the word of God the best way I can, and not even just spread it. I try to actually live that way, because if you didn't know, my grandpa is a preacher. I grew up around it. My grandma is a first lady, and like I said, we went to church faithfully. And I don't want to be out here trying to push the word of God on people, and I'm living my life completely different.
Practice what you preach.
I don't want to be a hypocrite. But it takes time, though, going from who you used to be to who God called you to be. It takes a lot of work and effort. And eventually it's going to get to a point where people not going to recognize me because I'm not who I want to be anymore. I'm who God wants me to be.
Whew.
You know?
That was deep.
Yeah. It's not the same Taiya that y'all know is not going to be who I am in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want that,
Facts.
I live life for him, not for myself. That's not how it is. But I'm glad, though, that you did say you have a relationship, but you don't really, identify with one religion.
Yeah, identify.
That's cool, though. That's cool.
How you feel about religion?
With people or in general or relationships or?
No, just religion, like all the different religions.
Okay, I personally think that most of these religions was meant to separate all of us because, we got different practices and stuff like that, but it's only one true God. And if you look at certain religions, like I think Christianity, Catholics, and Jewish, like they all believe in Jesus to a certain extent, but their practices and stuff are different. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't think that we have to break it up into religions. Like you said, we should just say Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior and he's the Son of God.
Yeah. But they all worship a God.
They worship a God. They don't worship the God. Because the thing is, I was telling somebody, I was telling one of my clients, people worship gods who are dead. You get what I'm saying? Jesus Christ is not dead. He is alive and well. So me worshiping my God, which is the God, and I pray to him and I worship him, he can answer me. How can somebody that's dead do anything for you?
I can't do nothing for you.
You get what I'm saying? And yeah, they walk the earth and stuff like that, but Jesus is alive and well, honey, and he'll be back one day.
I know that, right?
So yeah, that's how I feel about religion. I mean, if other people have, you know, certain religions, I don't get threatened by it. You know what I'm saying? Some people like, well, I can't be around her. She believe in this. Woo, woo, woo. Oh no, I don't do that. That's not my place to do that.
I feel like I can be around anybody, as long as your energy right.
Right. Ooh, energy. Energy that's something else.
That's everything.
That's something else, bro.
That's life. We are energy.
Right. And I think people don't really take into account how that works, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know. Like, when I do people's hair, I'm transferring my energy to you. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And people don't realize that. And now you getting your hair done by everybody, and you wondering why you acting all a certain way, because you got her energy, then you got hers, then you got his, then you got her. You know, it's just a lot. People don't understand how energy travels.
Definitely.
Just like if somebody come in the room with a real like dark cloud over them, and you can kind of feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you right about that.
Definitely.
Energy is something serious.
Especially for these men out here. Sleep with.
Let's talk about it, cause men ain't the only ones doing that.
Oh yeah. Women too. It go both ways.
Women
but,
too.
You know, y'all consider.
What? We consider what?
Well, they say it's cool when a man do it.
To me, it's not. But you know, we
That's what I'm saying.
we got the
That's
double
the word.
standard
Yeah.
thing. It's really not cool when anybody does it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's If we're gonna be real, let's stop it, you guys. Let's take a break. You know, let's relax. But
Well, they say Rome wasn't built in a day.
and it sure won't. It's
I don't think that gonna never change though.
It's not. No.
Yeah, that ain't gonna never change now.
But people, you know, we live in a world. People just, I don't know what wrong with them.
It's all good. These women getting masculine too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we switching roles, and I think it got a lot to do with the man though.
Why?
Because like, okay, like for me, for instance, I grew up with a single mother, right? Because my father wasn't there. So now as a mom, you gotta adjust, and you gotta take care of 2 kids, and you gotta be mama and daddy. You get what I'm saying? So she's gonna have to take up certain roles because the man was absent. You get what I'm saying? Not saying it's always the man's fault, because that's not the case.
No, I get what you're saying.
But
and so, what about the kids? The daughter that she raised, she just picking up on her habits.
it's not necessarily picking up. I can say from my experience though, I am a lot like my mother, because I was around her every day of my life. But I think I act a certain way out in the world because I didn't have my daddy. If that makes sense.
Definitely.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I feel like every woman,
every girl needs her
every
dad.
Yeah,
Every girl needs her dad.
definitely.
And I'm not even gonna lie. Just because like your mom can teach you a lot about boys growing up, but she only can teach you from a woman's perspective and what she went through in her younger years. But as a father though, it's a father's job to teach his daughter like her worth and what she should go for, what she shouldn't go for. Yeah. And I didn't have that. I mean, of course I had men in my life like my uncles and my grandparents, but as far as my dad being in a home, no.
So you weren't taught your worth, you learned your worth.
Of course my mom, you know,
Yeah,
she did her part in telling me, but I really just couldn't believe it. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but I would just go for anything. I didn't really learn my worth, if I'm being honest, till a few years ago. That's crazy, right?
No.
I didn't
be like that.
I did not know what I deserved or how valued I was. But once you know your own worth and you value yourself, and somebody trying to give you less than that, you'll be like, oh yeah, red flag. No. So
How did you learn your worth?
I think I had to go through a lot of like bad friendships and stuff like that to figure out what was what. Because after I got after every relationship or after every friendship, it was always a grace period, right? While I'm sitting down thinking, what is this and what is that? And then I pray about it, of course, and I talk to my mom about it. And because she's real wise, to be as young as she is, she's real wise. And she was just telling me what was what. And at the time, she was telling me I didn't understand. But as time went by, I was like, okay, she's making sense. This is why they did this, and this is why they did that. And so I was just like, okay, look. I started talking to myself in the third person. I was like, okay, Taiya, look. This is what you're going to allow. This is what you're not going to allow. And you know what I'm saying? I got to a point where it was just like, I'm beautiful inside and out. I'm a child of God. I should be treated this way. And if I'm treated anything less than this, and it's not right. You get what I'm saying? You should know how you want to be treated after a certain amount of time. And so if you're not treating me that way, then you can slide.
You can slide, ain't
You can slide.
Anybody can go.
Anybody can go. Yeah, I don't even care. We're family. You can go.
Definitely.
You can go. Just because we in the same family tree, that don't mean anything.
You know how people be like, don't waste my time?
Yeah.
I'd rather people waste my time than mess up my energy.
Elaborate, please. Because what you mean? No.
No,
Time is
no.
something you can't get back, Terrio. Come on.
It is, but don't mess up my energy.
Yeah. I feel that, though. That do make a lot of sense.
I already waste my time and my energy. Because time is, I can't control time.
You right, but you...
My energy, I can control that.
That's real, though. I've never heard that. And yours starting to look better than mine.
What you mean, starting? Yeah, I knew that from the get-go.
Not too much.
Now you gonna make me mess up. I'm gonna mess up now. Don't put too much pressure on me.
Not too much, but that's some real though. That's real what you just said.
Yeah.
You can waste my time, but you can't what?
But don't mess up my energy.
Don't mess up my energy. That's real, bro. That is real. So how old are you?
26.
26. You want to settle down and have kids and a family?
If God want me to.
Okay. That's real. That's real.
I want one though.
You want a baby?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm scared to have
children. Yeah, I told her, baby mama like it hurt. I don't want no baby mama.
You said what? A
It look
baby
like it
mama
hurt.
looks like it hurts.
Yeah.
What, Terrio?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. Cause a baby daddy.
Yeah, what I'm saying. It's vice versa. It's vice versa for sure.
Okay, so could you go with someone who is a baby mama?
I've done it before.
How was that? How was
Hey. Hey, you crazy.
Terrio, how was that?
What you mean?
Was it cool? Was it easy?
It's cool.
Was it easy?
You know, it come with a bigger responsibility.
I don't know if I could.
Cause if you with a woman with kids, you got to take everything that come with that woman.
That is true. But if you had to choose, like say you want to, get married and start your own family, would you rather have a woman with no kids?
You love to put that pressure on me, don't you?
Yes, cause these some good questions. You say you're 27.
Yeah.
Time is winding down. You're gonna have, you're gonna get to
26.
a point where you're 26.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to a point where you want to settle down and have a family. So these are some questions you need to be asked, honey.
I got the answers too.
Okay, so would you rather have a woman who didn't have any children?
Yes.
Okay, good answer.
But so if she's worth it, I can accept one.
Only one child?
I can accept one if she worth it.
Oh, so she got
Maybe,
multiple
but
kids. You ain't going for it.
Yeah, it's over with now. I ain't gonna lie.
That's real.
I ain't doing that.
That's real though. Like 3 kids.
Barely doing one, to be honest.
Right.
Barely. That's about a 15% chance right there.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. That I wouldn't date a guy with kids, but it's like life do happen though. You know
that's
what
what I'm
saying. It happens.
Everybody mess up.
Right. Everybody does mess up. So you can't just fault everybody for having a child. But I don't want to talk to nobody with no fresh kid.
What is fresh?
Below
What's the
3.
age? Below 3.
Below 3. No. No way. No.
Why?
Because like from what I've seen, if the baby is like 1, 2, 3, you and the baby mama, y'all still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing whatever y'all doing. You ain't finna break up with me.
Yeah, I can't do the baby mama.
You know
thing.
what I'm saying?
Really, I don't want no dude having that much access to you, to be honest.
Right. That's real though. Yeah, it's boundaries. You got some people who grown enough to, you know what I'm saying?
It is
Co-parent,
boundaries, but
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that is still your family. Collectively, y'all are a family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's your baby mama, that's your child. That's your baby daddy, that's your child. And
Yeah, y'all still a family.
y'all are a family. Y'all
Y'all gonna have to communicate forever.
forever. And who's to say that both of y'all are just fall back in love with each other? Now y'all just back being a family. What am I gonna look like?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Hurt.
Nope.
It don't always work like that.
It don't, cause my mom never got back with my daddy.
See? Prime example.
She never got back with him. So yeah, life happens though. You do not have to be with your baby mama. You don't have to be with your baby daddy. That's why I personally just want to get married and have kids. But people look at you crazy when you say you want to get married first.
Yeah, these dudes would rather put a baby in a woman than marry a woman. You can go get out of marriage with a divorce, but you stuck with that woman for at least 18 years.
Yeah, and they make it seem like a marriage is a bigger commitment than having a child.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
it's not. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't understand that. You a man? You what's that about?
I don't think like the rest of these men out here.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just want to get married and be married for a little while, then have kids. Like, I'm 22. I probably won't have a child for like the next 6 years.
You don't know that.
Who?
You don't know that.
I don't want.
You might walk out of here and meet your husband. Walk into your car.
You crazy. You are crazy. No.
So that can't happen.
Out of here, no.
Man, you don't know that.
I don't know when my husband would show up, but
What if you already met him?
Huh?
What if you already know him?
What if I already know him?
Yeah.
And you think somebody I already know could be my husband?
It's possible.
It is, but I don't know.
It's people that you know from the outside, but you don't know how they think. You don't know how they move.
Right.
It could be a person like that.
That's true. I can't say though. I guess, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You won't know until it's that time, and you have to,
6 years.
6 years. 6 years. But that's having a baby though. That's not meeting somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I get married, I want to enjoy my husband. I don't want to get married and boom, have a family.
Right on the honeymoon.
No way. No way. No, I don't want to have a child that fast. I want to be married for a couple of years before I have a baby. He my man. And now he turning into your daddy? You know what I'm saying? No. No.
Nah, that'll be followed. What's the most important thing you learned from your mother? Because she sounded like she was a big influence in your life.
She is. I love her. Dang, it's gonna make me start crying just because I love her.
That's that wine.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just if you know my mom, to know my mom is to really, really love her for real. Like, she is the most sweetest person you can meet. I'm telling you. Like, my mom always taught us, like, one thing she instilled in us when we was kids. In life, remember this one thing: things can always be worse.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
I try to tell myself that.
We didn't grow up with the most money, with the most clothes, or like the advantages of the other kids. But she always told us, y'all, it could always be where we could be living on the street. We could not have nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? And so it just made me look at life and be like, girl, you just gotta be thankful and grateful for what you got in front of you. You know what I'm saying? That goes a long way with anything.
Yeah, everything.
Anything
can always be worse.
That is the truth. You got some people looking at your life like, oh, I want that.
But they want it bad too.
And they don't even know that, hey, it ain't all that, baby. You know what I'm saying? And she also, and see, that's why me and my brother, we so thirsty for God like we are now, because your parent praying over you or doing what they're supposed to do before you even understand it plays a big part in your adult life. Like, when we was little, we used to read the Bible with my mom. As kids, we don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
And every night before we go to bed,
Prayer.
You had those dressers where you had the mirror sitting on the thing. They had the little cubbies on it, so you just sit stuff up there.
Yeah.
It was on the top shelf on the right side. It was a bottle of holy oil. She used to come every night. She's like, y'all come in here. We'll go in her room, and she'll put a cross on our forehead with holy oil, and we'll pray. And as kids, we're like, Mom, we don't want this on our face. Woo, woo, woo. And I kid you not, bro, just starting from there and just praying for us every night, like, just imagine how far those prayers stretch out for us like that. She instilled God in us as kids for sure.
Wow.
And we watched God change her life growing up because it wasn't easy for her being a single parent, I'm mad. Yours is
You gotta let that paint dry real
yours is
fast.
ugly. Anyway,
It's definitely not.
it's not. Okay.
You crying? I see you wiping them. I see you wiping them eyes.
No, I'm not crying, but the two biggest things she taught us was it can always be worse and to just always rely on God. That's why I'm so big on God now, bro. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good life lessons right now.
It is. It's something that can go with you for a long, long time.
Let me finish this up. Ugh.
It's all right.
So you saying mine a little better than yours?
It's okay.
So mine a little better than yours?
A little bit. Just a little bit. I gave you the idea, though.
Turn it around.
I gave you the idea, bro.
No. I like to drop it.
I don't know. It looked about the same. What you think?
About the same.
And we used kind of the same color. No, yeah, we did. We used two of the same colors.
Nah.
I think mine look better, y'all. I ain't gonna give him his props like that.
I'm gonna take pictures. It's been a great conversation.
Of course. Yes, we talked about a lot.
Yeah. Couldn't tell because you were paying.
Yeah, right. You right.
Let everybody know where to find you. When they want to get booked, they want to book you.
Okay, guys, I am not on Facebook, so please do not try to find me on Facebook. Please find me on Instagram. My personal page is at Taiya Janae. That's TAIYAJANAY. And of course, my booking site or my hair page is in my regular page's bio. I do have a TikTok. I'm real good at TikTok, and I'm on there a lot. And that's at Taiya Janae. So yeah, if y'all want to follow me, book, strengthen your relationship with Christ, whatever, that's where y'all can find me at. Don't know how long I will be off of Facebook, but I've had such a good time not being on it. I'm not gonna lie. That's something that I just decided to do, and it's been great. So yeah, that's how you can find me.
Y'all go add her on everything.
Yeah.
Go get booked. And go learn them lessons.
Period.
Real life raw talks. We out.
Ain't got no watch up on my wrist, but it's my time now. I had dreams of getting that foreign shit in mine now. I was deep inside that hole, I had to climb out. Remember when I couldn't log in, I made them sign out. It's my time now.